right, man. We up. We up. Y'all guys ready?
Oh, I gotta turn that off.
Organizing.
Wish I could hear the music.
I mean,
The phone music.
Hey, Bear, what it do, fam?
Got a host. That handle too.
There we go. I was trying to figure out why, for the love of God, the thing wasn't working. Said, sorry, man, passed out last night. Oh, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. But. Said I got a new computer. That's great.
I'm about to steal his thunder. He's gonna tell you he got a new laptop, so congratulations.
Oh, man, don't do my man like that. Said, but he got a new computer. That's what it is, man. So what? That's for school, right? I know you was going to school and stuff. But we can get this one big thing out of the way. So, for whom may be listening, I'd like to welcome you to the Animanga KickBack, a place where all nerd kind can come meet, interact, and just listen to things and or have input on things they'd like to discuss. Today I got rocking with me, you know, my country cousin from the Sunshine State, the Wolfman himself, Nella Trey. Say what up to the folks.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on?
Yes, sir. And then the man whose drinking apparatus knows no bounds. The man himself, the Vase Lord, Young Real Yiggin. What it do?
What's going on, y'all?
Hey, y'all already know who I am. I'm just Tesmo. That's as simple as it gets. Nah. I'm gonna jazz it up. My wife calls me husbando, and the cosplay thotties call me senpai. Your host, Tesmo Gizmo. The cosplay thotties call me senpai, baby. But nah, I'd like to welcome y'all to episode 2. Episode 2, man. It's gonna be a good one. So, not sure who's gonna kick it off today, but Nella Trey. For y'all who listening, Nella Trey is my official co-host. That was something that just came about between the last podcast and this podcast. So he'll be here when he can. I'm not gonna just assume my man can be here all the time, but for the most part, he'll definitely be an integral part of the podcast, and you'll definitely see and or hear Yiggin more so than you'll hear anybody else that comes through. Just as a heads up, because Yig's always around when you need him.
Yig be doing his research.
Exactly, that man he stepped his game up. He's like, man, I want to be a part.
Even though I'm gonna just have to fly out to his crib and make him sit down and read this book.
Hey Taco, thank you for coming through, fam.
Actually,
Dead Hero, what it do?
Talking that stuff, but I actually set out a lot of time, a spot of time to actually read your book.
Oh,
and it's coming, but I just been busy, and it is coming. And anytime I got free time, I'm reading it, definitely, because I want to take notes and give you feedback. So.
He said Netlet Ray.
I did not forget.
Come on,
Netlet Ray.
Yeah,
come on, man. Taco, what it do, fam? Dead Hero, what it do, man? Thank y'all for coming through, bro. I'm glad y'all came through.
Real quick, shameless plug here.
Oh, go ahead.
It's in the nature of manga and anime. Depending on the reviews I get from the readers I have for my book, for anybody that's watching and listening, I got some people reading it and telling me what they think, so I can make some tweaks and changes. But eventually, when I come into a little extra money, I'm gonna get an artist to draw out the first 3 chapters of my book, and I'm gonna release a small amount of little mini startup comic. And for the people that are subscribed to me on Twitch, you will get a free signed copy with a personal note written. So one day, when the book does blow up, y'all will have something that nobody else has.
Hey, see, there we go. For the love of God, I'm trying to figure out why one of my things keep acting up. There we go. It's that NGA banner. I just wanted to wiggle and wobble, but yeah, y'all heard the plug. Just responding back to what we can in chat. Just so as a heads up, guys, anybody that's listening, if y'all at me directly or at Nella Trey, or even if you tweet anything, we're gonna have a certain part what we break, to answer all questions. So we'll see and we'll try and address what we can as we go along. We just want to stay on topic, and then even if we get a little minute between the topics, if we have some time, y'all throwing stuff out there, we see it, want to just bring it up. But there will be a segmented moment just for you all to get everything addressed that you may have asked previously if we didn't cover it then and there. Just as a heads up. And Dave Hero says he's still at work, got his headphones in, appreciate it.
You're not streaming this, are you, Nella?
No.
Okay. All right.
I'm just
how many chats I needed to put up.
Hey, that last song was just perfect, bro. I might need to run that one back. I mean, that thing sounded real nice. Taco talking about some gang. I know, Taco, you finna get ready and go to bed soon. So I'm gonna let the co-host run this one. Start it off.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. Let's see here. All right. Well, we'll start with when do you call it enough? So when I say when you call it enough, when do you need a break from manga or anime? And I'm sure everybody will have a different answer as to the question. But for me, I don't call it enough. I've never watched so much anime and read so much manga that I got overloaded and wanted to stop. But I tend to pace myself too. I never spend a majority of my time doing that. So that's probably why. But the longest I've gone without it was in Navy boot camp, 2 months. Where you don't have any connection to the outside world whatsoever. So I was going without everything, not just manga. I had no choice. But that was the longest I went without it. But it was like Christmas when I got out. So many manga chapters to read, so many episodes to watch, so much news that I hadn't heard. So it was like Christmas. So for me, I don't call it enough because it's something I love to do, but I know how to pace myself. Yeah. I don't binge a lot of new anime. I watch it weekly, which a lot of people hate doing it. Like, I'll just wait for the season to come out and then I'll binge it. But I think that's not the best habit to get into. It's cool to binge something every now and then if you didn't know about it and then you discover it. But if it's something new you're interested in, help you build up that hype. Build up that hype for yourself. Thank you. Yeah, build up that hype for yourself every week and just have something to look forward to. That part keeps me young. I like the thing. It makes me feel like a kid. That I'm having to wait until the next week to see a new episode, even though Dragon Ball Z kind of spoiled me because they were putting out new episodes every day.
Oh, were they?
Yeah, back when it was on Toonami, every day was a new episode.
Yeah, so you'd be disappointed if you missed something, but then sometimes, I wasn't too hard pressed if I missed something. Like, I'm not gonna even hold you up. That was just a whole talking episode. I got the good one right now. It's the fights. So yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah, what about you? When have you ever felt like it was enough, or you need to take a break from just watching because you just started really reading? So when did you ever feel like it was enough?
Right. So just to get the manga portion out of the way, I actually haven't read too much manga like at all. And then when I did, it was in high school. Somebody had a Naruto manga and it was 7 million pages thick and backwards and all this, and I just thought it was fascinating, but I never got into it. But so I don't have too much experience with that. But as far as anime, the longest break I ever took was maybe a 2-year break, and it wasn't by choice. It wasn't anything like that. But I think it was just because I got with my lady and I was busy. I didn't have enough time to really just sit and watch, and I was in the sub, so I really actually had to sit and watch. But as far as when I think it's okay to take a break or when I need a break is when I realize that if I have anything, and this has been consistent, if I have anything going on in my life that I have been keeping up with it that is of substance, and I know anime is life, but technically it's not actually substance. You know what I mean? Like anything I'm trying to study and learn and that's taking a back seat to anime.
Exactly.
I usually take a break from that because I'm the binger. I'll watch 63 episodes of Hajime no Ippo in 2-3 days. You know what I mean? So it's like Like, oh, I probably should get off of this. Same with YouTube. I'll delete YouTube off my phone. Same with my manga or my anime apps. It's like, all right, I gotta get away from this so I can actually get some substance in my life because I feel like I'm falling off on this end. But yeah, just pretty much when I feel like, okay, I'm not really interested in this. I got other stuff on my mind that's taking me away from actually getting into this anime, or um every single, like, when I wake up, I'm in the bed watching anime, I'm in the car before work watching anime, I'm doing this, I'm watching anime, and then when I just feel like I'm forcing myself to watch anime. When I finish one usually, and I'm like, okay, what's better than that? What can I get into that's is good, and da 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 da. And I'm like, okay, maybe I should take a break and come back so I can regain my excitement, should I say?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Nah, that's covering both anime and manga or manga. Now, for me, it varies. It depends, honestly. Hey, Taco, appreciate you for the host, fam. For me, it varies because I read all day, every day. So in between work, but see, no, actually, let me break that down. I only do my reading when I'm at work, unless it's like a weekend or I'm someplace else where I don't have anything to do. That's the only time I really do read my mangas. But then when I'm at work, I read so many in between, doing my jobs, because I have downtime, or I'm covering a ticket and I'm waiting on somebody to respond back, or whatever X, Y, and the third is. And so I'm just sitting there reading. Like I said, we have them slow moments. I'm just reading. So I'll overload myself and be like, you know what? I want to stop reading for a while, and then I will want to listen to something more actively. There are some channels that I watch and listen and read at the same time from. One being Comic Storian, Comics Explained, and then they also have, I think it's Manga Explained. I listen to them because they're pretty much telling the story without me having to actually read alongside, and this is while I'm at work.
I did not know they had that. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Because
I watch Comics Explained all the time.
Yes, sir, man. Rob, well, we don't even get into that. We not even get into that. But oh man, it'd be just, I'm just thinking ahead. It'd be fire if we got Rob in on one of this podcast sometime, but you never know. But as far as anime goes, man, like, I think I usually don't ever take breaks. Like the only break I've ever taken, like I was telling you guys earlier when you asked, I had spent the summer where I was just not at home, and I was thugging it with my boys really hard before we got into school and college, or community college. So we didn't have internet like that at one house. We barely had it at my own house. While I'm saying it, like, it was just there. But so I think that was just one summer before I started college was the one time I probably didn't read or watch. And then when I got back to college, like, because there was rampant internet everywhere on the campus, like, the whole world reopened to me, because all the shows that I thought had, just gone by the wayside, or I hadn't heard from in such a long time, just reappeared again. I was like, yo, Naruto cut off at this arc. Nope, it kept going. One Piece, like, cause the last time I had saw sorry guys, the last time I saw One Piece was like the episode when they had just got to Sanji on the Barati, and I'm like, yo, whatever happened to, this, that, and the third? So I didn't know Luffy and them had gone way past that, and I caught back up at Nightmare Luffy. I'm like, bro, what in the hell is this? But, that's being the longest I've ever been out of the loop. But, and I periodically still take breaks. Like, it's not like I get overwhelmed by it, or I don't want to watch, or I don't want to read. It's just like I have to be in the mood now with so much stuff that I'm trying to do, like balancing, let's do this, balancing, let's do that, and trying to just stamp other stuff. I'll just stack all my episodes up in one browser, let them sit and know which ones I'm going to go back and rewatch, and just slowly pick back through them and, like, really enjoy them. Because if I get burnt out on it, and not to say I'm ever really burnt out, it's just, like I said, with so much stuff going on and just trying to do a bunch of different things at one time, like, I want to watch some other shows, and these can sit on the side because they're not going nowhere. Reading, The only thing I do religiously read is the Weekly Shonen Jump. Like that, I will never. I'll literally wake up from that one moment at night, and I just had to randomly go pee, and I'm like, oh yeah, the mangas do update like at this hour. I'll sit there in the bed and just read and fall right back to sleep. I'm like, yep, well I read that. That's one thing off the list to do. Not like it's a chore, but I just enjoy those. Getting my updates for Black Clover, Boku no Hero. What else comes out? Boku no Hero, Black Clover, One Piece if it's there. And some other stuff. So yeah, that'd be generally it for me. So it's just what makes me take a step back is just from feeling a little overwhelmed, or I got a bunch of stuff on my plate, but I always come back to the first, the anime and the manga. Gotta always come back to it. Gotta love it though, man. Like even if I'm binging, bro, I'll sit in the house in my drawers with a bowl of cereal and just be on the screen. just be on the screen. Like my wife and I did that once back before when I first came and met her. We were just kind of getting to know each other, and like she had just started liking the Persona games and didn't know there was a anime to it, and we found it and just sat there for an entire day and a day or so just watching and like just chilling. Of course, I'm much heavier in my drawers at the time, but still, I was having fun. It's like, wasn't nothing like it.
You were what?
I was in my drawers, bro. Like, I'm like,
you were much
literally
heavier?
Much heavier in his drawers.
I was
That
much
sounds
heavier. Being
like it
fat,
could go
I was a
two
fat
ways.
guy.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm
I thought,
saying.
too. I was like, yo,
I was
Playboy
fat,
came out.
not like that,
Bigger
not like
than
that, bro.
but
Not like
I
that.
mean-
I like that. Let's rectify that. I used to be almost 400. Used to be almost 400 pounds. I'm much smaller now.
Let me tell you something, girl. You can be a little heavy in the drawers.
Don't even do it like that. Don't even do it like that. I didn't see.
The voice like that though?
I'll tell you what, girl. Sound like Sherman. I'm getting a little heavy in these drawers. Get
Yeah,
this
that's
buddy
what I'm
love
saying.
come out. You know what I'm saying? I'll show you the real buddy love. Y'all boys stupid, bro. Oh man, see, I need to watch what I say around y'all. AG, what it do, fam? What's up, man? Roll Tide girl, what it do? What it do, sis?
Oh, Roll Tide girl from the NGA Discord.
Yes, sir. Look at Taco talking about this podcast needs Jesus already. No, it don't, man. They just took something I said because I didn't think. You know how it is when you're from the South. You just say stuff and assume it just comes out like everybody else understands it, and then I didn't even
And it
think.
doesn't.
I didn't even think. Heavy in the draw, man. That's gonna be put on a T-shirt.
Heavy in the drawers?
Heavy in the.
I wonder, is it gonna be an animation?
No, so if you put it on a T-shirt, on the front of the T-shirt, you could have a chubby dude in his underwear, and then on the back, you could have a dude, giving you the eye.
Man, heavy in
Both
the
meanings
draws.
right there.
Oh man.
So I'm just gonna be in the chat talking to everybody as well. So y'all
that's
just
fine.
don't pay my questions, don't mind. I'm just talking to them.
That's all good. That's all good. That's all good. I'm just glad. Like, yeah. Shout out to everybody that's in here. Thank y'all for being a part of this live. Also when these aren't live, you can catch it on Spotify, SoundCloud. You can also get it on YouTube, Google Podcasts, Stitcher. It's up at a bunch of other places too. Also Anchor. And shout out to Anchor for being able to allow me to put this out in these many places, so anybody who wants to listen may be able to listen later on down the line. Just a plug for y'all. If you didn't know, tell your friends, tell your mama, tell your granny, tell your next door neighbor who get on your nerves, banging on your damn walls all night because you won't sit down. Let them know.
Yo, chill out. Listen to my podcast.
Let them know. Alright, man. So what we got next lined up?
Next, we have what makes good cosplay, in our opinion. And I want Yig to go first.
Go ahead, bass guy. Let them have it.
So I haven't done too much cosplay, but I'm a huge stickler for like good cosplay. So I think one, genetics helps. So whatever you look like, your physical appearance and all that, that helps definitely. But I think a real, how can you say it? The more stuff on you that's real, the better your cosplay is. So Tesmo put a picture of this black chick, and she was, man, I forgot the dude with the balls on Boku no Hero that he takes off his head.
Oh, Mineta.
Yeah, Mineta, and that was one of the coldest cosplays I've seen. Obviously, there's been better stuff, but that was just so tight to me. You know, obviously it's a black woman, but it just made for such a good cosplay the way she had everything authentic. You know, and that, like, I haven't seen a better Mineta than that. You know, people do the diaper and they do all that other stuff, but hers just looked like she really embodied it. You know, but I don't know. I don't really see too much. I haven't been to any cons or anything like that, but I really do enjoy a good cosplay. But I think the more authentic stuff you have, and the more like customized stuff, like instead of just buying cheap costumes, you make it yourself, but you just put the time and attention in the quality. I think that's what makes it more for me.
Okay. So good cosplay. It's a difficult question for me to answer because some cosplays people do are extremely simple, and I still love them.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, real quick, can I say my favorite cosplay?
Yeah.
Some of my favorite, like, and then this also goes with fan art and all that other stuff, is when people mix different characters together that you would never see, and then they just somehow find that perfect balance, and you know exactly who they are, and so on and so forth. I think that makes great cosplay as well. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh no, you good.
No, you're fine. So, I always followed cosplay. I was always into it, but I never really looked too deep into it. And then when my wife moved in, who enjoys doing cosplay, she was telling me what she wanted to do and how she was gonna go about doing it, and like, cause we were in Home Depot getting stuff for the house, and then we passed by like those floor puzzle pieces that people put in gyms and stuff.
Like for little kids' rooms and stuff.
Yeah, for the
Yeah.
cares and all that.
So we passed by those, and my wife was like, "You can use those for cosplay," and I'm like, "What?" And she was like, "Yeah, you just get a knife and a heat gun and plastic dip, and you bend it and mold it into whatever you want it to be. And you can make armor with it." And I was like, "What? That is crazy." But she was like, "Yeah, if you really want to make your stuff, like you need a heat gun, you need plastic dip, you need a craft station, you need these pieces, you need those pieces, all this stuff." And then we went to the arts and crafts store, bought like a lot of foam, a foam cutter, paint, all types of stuff. And I was like, "This is crazy." How much, like, if people are gonna fully customize their armor, because my wife is just like, the only thing I should have to order online is a wig. Other than that, she's like, "I'm gonna make everything else." So I was like, that is insanity. But all right. So it made me respect it a lot more than I already did for people who make their own costumes. And another thing I like a lot, like I've been following Jessica Negri for I don't know how long, and she does a lot of gender benders with her cosplay.
Hey.
So one of my favorite ones she's done is Roadhog from Overwatch.
Oh, I think I have seen the female Roadhog.
Yeah, she's done Soldier 76, Reaper, Roadhog, Reinhardt, Junkrat.
What did you say her name was again?
Jessica Negri.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah, when I saw her gender benders, I was like, "Yo, that's really cool that she's doing that." And then I just started following like cosplay pages on Instagram, so I could see people do cool cosplays. And yeah, see Dead Heroes, and she also just did McCree. That was her latest one, was McCree. Me, I've thought about cosplaying, but it's two problems. One, I don't have the dedication to make my own stuff. I'm lazy. Two, this is something I wanted to address anyway. when Gig was saying genetics, what you look like. So yeah, quick question: Do you think that Black people are at a disadvantage when it comes to cosplay because of that? Do you think we have less choices?
Like I said, no. That one of the better ones that I seen was that black lady, but again, that was kind of like Afro puff, so maybe not. But no, I don't think. I think you could really, if you're creative enough, you can make your costume and your makeup drive home the point. You know what I mean? Because you could do stuff with your hair, or you could do your own, like you said, race-bended version of it, and people will understand.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't think that you necessarily have to have that exact hair, because the worst cosplay I've seen is like certain people who try to have certain wigs, and it just looks terrible. You know what I mean? Or they try to paint their skin, and it just looks terrible. Now I can see if you're
cuz what's
like
up?
somebody who's like blue, you know what I mean? You got to paint your skin. But if it's just like a regular anime person, I think that keeping your same skin color while just really focusing on the other details will take it a lot further than trying to get all that other stuff down.
Okay.
White
Okay.
face, something
Alright,
like that.
so
Yeah.
let
like,
me
that looks
explain
silly to
what
me.
I believe makes good cosplay. Now I'm gonna be impartial and go both routes with it. Not just from the male perspective to females, but I'm also gonna give the male on male perspective. So what makes good cosplay for me, from the simplistic to the more diverse and well thought out, and you know, I've just been crafting. Design first and foremost. Even if it looks sloppy, if you invest and put the same kind of energy into it that you're proud of it, I'ma like it regardless. Like there was this one guy who had a t-shirt on that just said token black guy, but bruh, he was the token black guy so hard to the extent where he photobombed every picture he could get in. Not like, oh, he just jumped in it. He was just like off to the back, and kind of just every time you looked at a picture, he was just there looking to the side, like just a random black guy, the token black guy in the whole convention. When it comes to, that's like more simple. So I mean, if you taking pride in it, you in character, I understand everybody can't, you know, be artsy, everybody can't be crafty, you know, or you just don't have the funds to pay somebody to do it for you, or you just can't purchase what it is that you would like to already have pre-made. Even, you know, some of those spandex suits, like everybody wanted to be T'Challa at one point. My wife was like, yeah, you could be, babe, you lost all this weight, you know, you could fit in, you know. I was like, no, see, don't even lie to me like that. I got a whole side pocket of just love handle. I'm not finna try and squeeze into nothing like that. But
side pocket.
yeah, I got a whole side pocket. You know, it's loose skin, baby. Can't do nothing with it. But yeah, just committing to it, being comfortable. I like seeing cosplayers who, even though most of them are very comfortable, like I look at them, they are very comfortable people, because it takes a lot, in my own opinion, to be able to do that and just be comfortable with it. But that's from the simplistic standpoint. Now, from the more diverse and I'm well, you know, sketched out, this is just me covering no holds barred. I don't mind over the top, but some stuff is way over the top at times, I feel. Even though it looks pretty, like really fire, really unique. It's just like, Giggin, like you said, some people, when they mix and mash certain, you know, varieties of cosplay together, it becomes too much for me. I'm like, that's just a little bit. You could have just took this one thing off, and you know, it's still been fun. But that's not to say they didn't do a great job. No, I mean, by all means, they did amazing. They did great. Just, I feel like that's just way too much for my taste. Now, when it comes to women and their cosplay, I feel like when women cosplay, even when it's like the most simplistic thing, it still comes out fire. Like, the one cosplayer I like to watch is Momoku. Is that her name? I think thick girl. Y'all, you know, I like thick women. But hey, she got a hobbling goblin and be dragging that wagon, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there. We're not gonna do that. Nobody. We're not trying to be heavy in the draws, people. We're trying to be good.
Good question though. What's a hobbling goblin?
Oh, she hobbling that goblin. It's the same thing as dragging that wagon.
Oh, okay.
It all has the same meaning. But yeah. So she's real intricate with her gender swaps, as well as like she takes time to put, you know, really good hard work into it. And even when she does something simple, I'm like, it just really looks good. And that's not me just being a fan. It just looks generally really good. I don't see a lot of male cosplayers that I know of who, you know, pull it off. Other than the Asians, like, man, the Asians, their cosplayers, dog, them cats be. I'm like, yo, you really could be like the real person. Like, I saw one dude do Gray from One Piece once. I'm like, hey, he really looks like Gray. I mean, had the washboard stomach, you know, the toned physique somewhat. Even saw old head pull off Master Roshi when he was in the first Dragon Ball tournament with young Goku when he powered up to do the Kamehameha. No, the Roshi who powered up to do the Kamehameha on Ox King's castle in Dragon Ball.
Oh yeah, I've seen a couple of people do that.
Yeah, the buff old man Roshi.
You just
buff
gotta
old
be
man
buff.
Roshi.
Like, that's pretty much the main requirement. You gotta be a big dude.
Yeah, big bald head, and so I mean it just varies. But like I said, on a level playing field from simplistic to the more over the top. What makes good cosplay for me is just always gonna be attitude, man. Because you can dress it, but if I feel like when I'm getting there, it's almost like taking an acting gig. You know, you want to be, you want them to be in character, because a lot of them are in character and they love it too. That's the one thing. For anybody who's never been to a con or anything like that, I would say never be afraid to ask for a photo, because man, that's literally why they're there. They want you to take pictures with them. Like, they put the time and effort into making this look as good. Even the people who do the simplistic ones, they love when people just, oh, this I didn't even try, but thank you. You want to take a photo with me? Like, they appreciate it so much. They really do. It's just. That's all that comes down for me when it comes to good cosplay, whether it be left or right. Now, as far as the males, though, I'd say the one thing that, you know, Trey, that alt-left lifestyle, some of them alt-lefts, man, they be killing me. I'm like, I get it, because we all can't be there. We all don't have the funds. But some of them, I just be like, can you just not fix your hairline first? That's all I be wanting to say. That'll just make the whole outfit fire if your hairline was not rounded.
You know, that's part of the
That's part of the alt-left culture, but that just be killing me. I'm like, bro, you got dreads, that's fine. Your hairline's gonna be pulled a little bit, but you got a whole stir-fried afro, and your hairline look like somebody took a bowl to it. I'm just, all right, I'm out.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
We're not gonna touch on that. We're not gonna touch on that.
Yeah.
But I'm just say it again. I'm gonna shout out my cousin, Miss Erin Fitzgerald. She's in the chat, y'all. Say hey. Say hey.
Oh, hello, Erin. How are you doing? How you doing?
The voice actress, do
What's
great.
going on, Aaron? Yeah,
I got a
she's
question
cold.
for
Her
you.
stream is cold too.
Yeah.
Like, I really enjoy being in her stream.
Yeah, I got a question for both of y'all.
Already for me? For us? What?
Yeah, I got a question for both of y'all involving cosplay.
Oh.
So, who would you cosplay as
Ooh.
if you could?
Ooh. I already know who I would be. Hold up, let me pull him up. I barely know his name at times, but I know he's the one guy that I would be if I was able to. Because he is a brother.
I ain't even never thought about it.
You just gonna be jail bay. That's all it is. For me, it would be Khalik Rung from Soul Eater. My man he had the top dreads with the designs on the side. He was the only black character with glasses, and his weapons were the two little kids, Thunder Pot and Fire Pot, that became the gauntlets. That's who I wanted to be, like, instantly.
Did you do us a favor and put a picture in the chat for me or us that can look at that?
Yeah, I'll drop it. I'll drop it in the Discord real quick.
Who would I be? Who would you be, Nella? Let me think.
So I put quite a bit of thought into this a few times. One that my wife and I are working on still is San and Ashitaka from Princess Mononoke. But the other one, the main one that I want to do, that I think would be cool, would be Lord Zed from Power Rangers.
Lord
I
Zed,
would love to
okay.
do Lord Zed from Power Rangers. I think that would just be a cool cosplay.
It would be dope.
Yeah.
I dropped him in there for y'all.
Rita Repulsa, that hair.
Rita Repulsa.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with some Rita.
There was actually a post on a page I'm on Facebook yesterday. He was like, "Don't judge me at all, but Rita Repulsa could get it."
What? I don't
That's what he
know.
said.
Oh, okay, what were the grounds that Rita could get it?
Well, there are 3 actresses that played Rita Repulsa in Power Rangers. One of them is young. The other 2 are old, but one of them is young, and she was gorgeous. It's just most people saw her as Rita Repulsa.
I've never seen her outside of that. The only Rita that I remember was probably the first Rita, who even several generations later, when they had Power Rangers Mystic Force, she was the queen of all good magic, which blew my head away. For anybody who ain't never watched that, spoiler, I'm sorry, it's old. You should have been seeing it by now, and if you don't, you probably don't care.
I haven't seen it.
Well, I'm sorry, you're like.
It's all good. I'm gonna go look.
But yeah, the once evil Rita Repulsa became the ultimate good witch, and when it came down to light magic, she was no longer an evil witch, and she still looked the exact same. But again, I have to remember, when it comes to Power Rangers, you know, it's just not real in a sense.
So while you're thinking, Taz, what cosplays do you think would fit Yig, and what cosplays do you think would fit me the best?
That's tight.
Me?
So real quick, just to butt in front of you, Nella. I think I can. I don't know. I think I could see you as I don't know, just anime. I could see you as Balrog.
Oh,
Street Fighter.
Street Fighter.
Okay.
Yeah, it's AKA Mike Bison.
Yeah,
Mike Bison.
Mike Bison.
Here we go. Mike Bison.
That was supposed to be his name.
Really?
Yeah, in the Japanese version, Balrog was Mike Bison. Bison was Vega, and Vega was Balrog. They changed the names around because Mike Tyson had just had like a rape accusation, and they didn't want to, like, Capcom didn't want to be linked in with that.
Gotcha.
So they changed the names around.
But I think the names
originally,
fit, though.
Balrog was supposed to be Mike Bison, like Mike Tyson.
I mean, but other than Mike Bison, I think Vega fits Vega. I couldn't see Bison ever being a Vega at all.
Balrog is funny though. I've never thought about Balrog. I'm not big enough. Balrog is tall.
And that man's buff.
I mean, if you wore some type of something, you could get a good muscle suit. You probably could. But even if, I think you could pull off the Balrog hair, the head, and all.
All right. Well, Yig, what do you see me cosplaying as? Because you
the
called
dude you
Trey.
said, the exact dude you said.
Khalik. Hey, I'm telling you, bro. I want to do Khalik bad, man.
Oh no, I'd see him the way he be wearing them bandanas. I'd say Shino from Naruto.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, the dude who always
I'd say
overthinking.
Shino. The bug.
No.
guy.
No. See, that's the part that would kill me, the bugs. But yeah, I could pull off a good, you know.
Oh,
No.
Okay.
You know, if I had to be anybody back when I was chubby though, I always wanted to do Choji. I wanted to do Black Choji, a Black Akamichi, because they got him now. Chocho, his daughter's the first one. I wouldn't be Chocho though.
Yeah, that bug guy though, I could totally see that, and a good black version too.
He got the same hair as Shino right now.
Yep.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
exactly what I was saying.
What y'all plotting on my curl for? Don't be jealous. Don't be jealous.
Yeah, man. But me though, I think I could be a decent Super B, man.
Who?
That seems weird, but
Who is Super B?
Super B?
I gotta look it up, bro.
You talking about Killer B?
Killer B? I'm like,
Super B.
that man says Super B. Hey, Drew, thank you for the
Killer B,
host,
Master
fam.
B.
Killer B. So you'd have to rap constantly.
Yeah.
Bageru, Kuleru. You gotta start rapping. And
really
you also
just
gotta dye your hair blonde.
Yeah. If y'all see my braid pictures like that, it just reminds me of that. And I'm a little bit thick like him. I don't know. Yeah, Killer B.
Ooh. Cuz, thank you for the question. I'm gonna add that to the question segment. Cause that's a good one right there too. Still animated related. But now
who do
my
y'all
turn to tell you who y'all think y'all look like. Alright.
Yeah.
So Trey. Now they don't have to be generalized down to just being characters of color. They can, you can do
No, that's why I gave you Shino.
No, yeah, exactly.
Race swap. All right. Let's see. Man, why is this is like really hard. Ooh, nah. Why would you come at us with a question like this, bro? Like, cause now I have to really think.
It is.
it causes you to think really hard. Like I want to make it quick. I don't want to hold nobody up. But man,
I thought about. I had the privilege of having this question, so I was able to think about it before I asked.
Look at
and I'm still trying to figure out one for Yig right now.
Plotting
yeah, I was
scheme.
gonna say, cause I know.
You know what? No, Yig could be a light skinned Vega. I don't care what you say.
No.
Or Cody. He could be Cody.
I don't want
Cause
him
he
to be blonde at
jailbait. He could be Cody.
I did think about doing Captain Tozin from Bleach at one point.
Let me look this up, man. You did or me?
No, I thought about doing that one.
Man, hold up. I know, Trey. You could be the cat from the sound. Dang, what's their name? The sound village.
The Sound Ninja.
Yeah, the cat who Choji fought.
Oh, with the mohawk.
Yes.
I'm cool with that.
Hey, Saxton Moore, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it.
So, Roll Tide Girl, I thought about doing Tozin back in season 2 when he was still just a captain. When they updated his character, I was like, nah, I ain't feeling this.
Man, this is so hard.
Mm-hmm.
Especially for me, like I don't.
Cause Yig don't watch a lot, so
he could play almost any JoJo Bizarre Adventure character.
Boy, man, let him be Dio. Yig, young Dio the vase god.
Dio
the vase god.
Have you seen part 3, Tez?
Mm-hmm.
Okuyasu. I'm about to send a picture to the chat, Yig, so you know what I'm talking about.
I'm looking it up right now. I can see Dio.
Roll Tide Girl said Yig could be Grimjaw.
Grimjaw.
See, why everybody giving Yig the pretty boy? See, I told you, jailbait.
Grimjaw from Bleach?
That's the only Grimjaw.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know because you said pretty boy. Grimjaw was pretty to me.
Grimjaw, when he transforms, is almost like a full-fledged pretty boy.
There you go, Yig. That's Okuyasu in the chat.
Yeah. That's funny.
My man with the hand.
I totally could see that though. That's super funny.
So a better question: if our wives could cosplay or be someone from a different show, who would your wife be?
Megumi from Shokugeki no Soma. This is something I've thought about already.
Hands down. Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's no contest. Megumi from Food Wars.
Oh, see, I don't watch Bleach then. Yeah, he
no, you don't have to necessarily be like that.
No, I'm talking about Grimjaw.
Oh, okay. You don't know who Grimjaw is? Just look him up.
I thought I did, but guess not.
Yeah, who would your wife be in any form other than who she is if she was cosplaying? Who would you see her be?
Man, I have no idea. Let me see.
For me, it'd be Sailor Moon.
So which one of us is gonna get Mars to do a Jiren cosplay?
That'd be tight.
Nah, bro. Mars need to do he need to be the turtle that Roshi used to ride on.
Dang.
Wow.
Grimside Jacker thing, yep.
It's like, what are you talking about, Roshi? You drink from the fountain of youth. You're immortal.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, that's the one reason why I always used to call BS on Roshi. To just chat, if y'all didn't know, man, Turtle put my boy out on Front Street back in the early days of Dragon Ball Z. Roshi up there talking about, I'm an old man, I'm about to die. Turtle's like, no, you not, Roshi. You drink from the fountain of youth. You ain't finna die. You just stuck looking old. I was like, so that's why I always call BS. Like, even in Super, when they talking about Roshi getting ready to die, I'm like, y'all know Roshi can't die, right? Did y'all just forget my man drank from the fountain of youth? I'm just saying. Wandering minds just want to, clarify.
I got one for Yig. I got a perfect one.
Who?
Since I didn't generalize JoJo one. Sanosuke Sagara from Rurouni Kenshin.
Okay. I actually watched Rurouni Kenshin, so I know that is.
Sanosuke Sagara, the fighter for hire. I think that would be fun.
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad. That one would.
You gotta carry around that big sword though.
That's a huge sword.
Hey, he was a beast though, bro. When he became the ultimate when he dropped the sword and learned how to use the Futai Suke Wabi.
Futai, this is a long name.
Yeah, it's a long fat name, but what he learned from that monk that came through randomly. Man, that job, bruh, it had me going around trying to bust rocks with my fist, like with the 1-inch punch. I'm like, I can do this. Mama said I could do. I'm trying to get ready and throw somebody into the next universe with this punch.
I don't know if I would do his hair though.
If I would say a shortened version, if you shorten his hair, if it wasn't quite as tall and ridiculous.
Right.
Hey, Sexton, thank you. That is another good question. Yeah, man, you keep throwing the questions in, folks. We have a segment where we'll be answering most of these questions. We already got three. Also, Sexton, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it so much. Thank you.
Oh, that's gonna be a fun one to answer. I'm gonna look forward to answering Sexton.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, otherwise we're gonna get so confused because there are a million things you can do.
All right.
I'm not gonna even hold you up. That is a good question.
Yeah. Let's see.
While we're on the topic, I mean, why not?
Yeah, we might as well answer that. Answer his and Aaron's question.
Okay. Well, cuz we'll get ready to answer your question, and Saxon will get ready to touch these two also. I'd like to thank everybody again for being a part of the Animanga KickBack. If you are just jumping in, I'm Tesmo Gizmo. Rocking with me is my co-host Nella Trey, and we got the homie Young Yig, the Vase God, aka Real Yig. But
that has such a good ring to it.
What? Young Yig, the Vase God. The Vase God. And for y'all who don't know, like if you've never been to one of Yigin's streams or seen his emotes, this man literally drinks from a vase or several big instruments that can hold any type of fluid. He drinks from them. I myself choose a 1 liter carton, so I know how much I've been pounding back. That man just take a whole vase. He's a god amongst mortals when it comes to water. That's all it is.
Yeah. Gotta stay hydrated.
Always. All right, so who wants to start this one off regarding the Black Dynamite or hold on, where's it at? I got it here highlighted.
So my question starts with a question. I need to know what boombox is. I know Black Dynamite.
Yeah, same here.
Yep, that was just I was gonna actually look boombox up and give a rough description here for us real quick, just so we wouldn't
You talking about Black Dynamite, like the one that was a movie and an animated cartoon?
Yes.
Yeah.
And an anime? Okay. So, real
Hold on,
quick,
cuz, do you possibly mean the Boondocks and just ended up typing boombox? Cause I feel like that's what it might be.
Yeah. It does. I was thinking about that. Yeah.
I think that's what you might. I mean, I could be over guessing, but like I'm assuming you meant the Boondocks, because that would make more sense right alongside Black Dynamite. I'm like, what's Boondocks?
I don't care. It might have got her.
So, real quick, while we're in silence, can we answer Dead Heroes question from earlier?
Yeah, we can touch all three of those. I have all three of them lined up.
Oh, you keep them, you stock them up. Okay.
Yep, I've been stockpiling all the questions right here. So I guess we'll just front this as the segment where we're answering questions in chat. So if y'all got any, y'all want to throw them out there, we'll go ahead and just cover them. And I've got the three here from my cousin, the one from Saxton, and also Dead Hero. We got them all right here.
Okay. And then also, if y'all could add those questions, that'd be great.
So now, if we're going off the subject of how do we feel about the Boondocks and Black Dynamite, I'll take the lead on this one. The Boondocks was the funniest show I had seen in a long time, even though I wasn't even technically allowed to watch it. Was not even able to or supposed to be watching it. My cousin had I told him I wanted it, and he went to the bootleg guy, got me the whole first season. I'm in the band at this point in high school watching it, and I'm just like cracking up. I'm like, yo, why is this so funny? But now, not just because the cast was black, the people looking on the screen are black. Some of the things that I'm hearing actually make sense, like the white people liking cheese thing, and this is how they feel about us, and so like. It was every representation in one playing field, because you got the elder, which is usually like our oldest person in our family, from the grandfather to the aunts to whoever they may be in the family. You got the young generation represented in me, with more so with Yui. I'm definitely more so aligned with Yui, but at some moments I had a little Riley in me. I had a little horse choker sitting in my back pocket when needed. So it was just interesting to see how that show put everything together. So you got your funny, you got your politics, you got stuff that's and it stayed congruent. Like, it was making what I felt were waves, because a lot of my friends, we were talking about stuff that we didn't really think we should even be talking about yet, but it was just brought up, and we kind of just would dissect and pick and pull from stuff. Like with the Christmas episode, they were dropping real beads in that show, serious beads of knowledge in that show. Black Dynamite is just funny. I can't take Black Dynamite anything but funny, because it's just so, the voices, the way he acts, Cream Corn, Honeybee, but my man Bullhorn. See, and that's who a lot of folks tell me I sound, or how I talk like. I talk like Bullhorn with all the stupid rhymes that I come up with. Yeah. Oh man. So yeah, that's how I feel about it. Go ahead, Trey, Yig, whoever's gonna run that.
I haven't seen the Black Dynamite anime. I only seen the movie way back in the day. That had me cracking up. And just off of that, I can see how you say there ain't nothing really more you can say than it's just funny.
Yeah, it's just funny.
It's just funny. That's another one getting ready to come out about a black cowboy. That's pretty much, if you took Black Dynamite and threw it in the West, but that's a whole nother topic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I've seen the preview.
But as far as the Boondocks, I agree with everything Ted said. And then to take it further, I remember watching the Boondocks and like being very slightly conflicted in like considering it an anime or not. But anytime my girl or any girls would be like, I hate the Boondocks because I don't like how it's drawn, I'd be like, it's anime, you gotta you know what I mean? But like didn't necessarily bunch it into the anime category.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like, I don't know how y'all felt. Did y'all do that same thing, or was y'all just like, oh, this is anime, that's it, or was it not anime to you?
It was just a cartoon for me, because I remember I originally used to read the Aaron McGruder comic books for the Boondocks before it got turned into a cartoon.
Right. What you say, Nella?
I read the newspaper comic for Aaron McGruder's comic.
Right, same here. But yeah, I was glad that they did choose the anime style, because I was like, I don't see nothing else justifying this and separating it, other than it being like a black cartoon or whatever, the culture. Really, like, because anime takes everything to the next step. But if you live in the culture, when you roasting, you know what I'm saying, or when you doing a lot of that stuff that they're doing, I don't think anything could have did it better than anime.
Not at all.
You know what I'm saying? That art style is just like, oh yeah.
A pimp named Slickback.
Oh my goodness. Just the way like the slaps happen and the fighting and all that stuff is just like, yeah, this is, and somehow they found that magical blend between, you know, anime culture and black culture.
Yeah, because Riley's fight, I mean, their fight scenes, all of them mirrored some like real, I guess I would say Eastern type of stuff. Especially that one fight, and I think the second season, that was the whole Orochimaru and Sasuke fight.
Yeah, especially the second season. Oh, you talking about which one? Which fight?
Well, they're fighting against Stink Wiener's old friends, JJ, JJ, Red Fox, and Esther.
Yeah, but I don't know. I always admired it. Whereas like a Afro Samurai, there was no question if it was anime or not.
Oh, hands down.
You know what I'm saying? But like Boondocks had that perfect mix. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I liked it. Well, real question: did you watch Boondocks in subs, Tess?
It was in English. What are you talking about?
I'm messing with you, man. Nobody laughed at my joke. Because Tez watched everything. Tez watched Pokemon sub, everything sub.
I mean, trust me, if they had subtitles, if it was subbed, I probably would have watched it in subbed, honestly.
I wonder how that would sound. I wonder how a pimp named Slickback would sound in sub.
I don't know how you even say a pimp named Slickback in Japanese. That would be...
A pimp named Slickback in.
Oh!
A pimp named Slickback. Say it with me now.
You know, just...
You gotta get the highness in the voice though, too though.
Man.
Oh my goodness.
Y'all a mess, bro. Trey, it's your turn, man.
That was good.
Alright, so Black Dynamite and the Boondocks. So the Boondocks was good for me up until season 4 when Aaron McGruger left the show and Sony kept it going anyway.
Terrible.
Because it's all about money to them. And you could tell that Aaron McGruger was no longer working on the show just because there wasn't as much dry political humor in it as it used to be. It got kind of stupid, and I was just like, this is ridiculous. But the Boondocks was just, like they said, it was so good at taking real world problems and then making them hilarious. While still taking jabs at certain people, like the R. Kelly episode is the perfect example.
Oh my god!
Where they basically just bashed on black people for forgiving R. Kelly for whatever.
Right.
Thanks.
He can sing.
Said if R. Kelly go to jail, I'ma piss on your cat. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Raleigh was wild, man.
But so unashamed about it too. How
like,
ignorant we is.
When Huey told Tom was like, "Don't worry, we'll get him," and Huey told Tom, he was like, "Tom, are you aware to which the extent that you know what loves R. Kelly?"
And the fact that he was against it, but still not oblivious. That was what made that so dope.
Yeah, so like that was the perfect example for me of like Boondocks episodes that were just like on point. That R. Kelly episode is one of my favorites. Another one is when Huey's on his soapbox when it's called The Block is Hot. When it's hot outside, Tom's daughter's trying to sell lemonade. Huey's always on his soapbox talking to people. He woke. So
Huey was woke, man.
Nobody wanted anything to do with what he was saying.
Ever.
And it hit so hard.
Yeah.
I was just like, the way they played everything out would just make it would resonate with me so effectively.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is crazy. So the Boondocks was a gift, but it needed to be short-lived. Like Aaron McGruger said, he wanted to work on other projects, and he felt like the Boondocks was getting a little irresponsible because they did have a couple episodes that were banned from television.
Which ones?
The BET episode was one.
Yeah.
The BET episode was banned from TV because BET didn't like how I personified them, which means.
But he literally was not telling. He was not telling a lie though. It was illustrated truth. It was illustrated truth.
But a lot of times people would rather you tell a lie about them than the truth.
That's right. And I can see why they wanted it off the air.
If you lie to people about me, I'll tell them the truth about you. Like, so they didn't want the truth out there like that. I can't remember the other one that got banned from TV, but I remember that BET one because I watched it and I was like, okay. They said it was because it was too graphic and violent. But I mean,
if anything, it should was the snake meaner one. Was Kung Fu Killer Wolf bitch with the kumite.
Yeah, man.
Kumite. Like what?
Yeah. So I love the Boondocks. I've always loved the Boondocks.
I'm a big fan of the first 2 seasons.
I've always thought Huey was just me in cartoon form, minus the kung fu.
But you can't deny though, Trey. All of us. I'm saying this is why I feel like Huey and Riley represented a piece of what we all have inside. Like, on the forefront, you're Huey. But I'm gonna need you to never forget that it's a Riley waiting right in the cut. As soon as you cross me, I got a young paper stack sitting right here in the corner. As soon as you cross me, you gonna let him out.
Everybody.
It's so funny. You would be sitting up here thinking how ignorant Riley is, but then just be hella relating. Like, Riley is totally understanding what he's saying.
Riley is ignorant, but Riley's not dumb at all.
No, he was street smart.
No, not at all.
He was street smart. Huey had all the book sense. Huey had a combination.
Riley had book sense too.
I know, but I'm saying like, but Riley really knew how to navigate. He was more like that smart person who knew how to navigate the streets.
Right.
He was like, at what point does personal responsibility become a factor in this equation?
Exactly.
Like, wait, what?
He wasn't dumb. That's what I'm saying.
No,
he was like one of them cats that go to jail and read a bunch of books. He got street knowledge. Now he got some book smarts behind it too.
So, I love the Boondocks because of that. Like, it's just there's an internal struggle constantly between people. Are you gonna be Riley today? Are you gonna be?
Or better, even a better thing with the word the bestie moment. Remember that episode, the bestie moments, the one that came down to like for those who don't know, the yiggin moment, the bestie moment. We won't use that word here, but you know it's the real bestie moment.
Yeah.
Like that's something that was actually factual for real. Like
that was so dope because I don't think everybody always had that thing like, he acting what do you call it, yiggin-rish right now.
Yeah.
He acting real yiggin-rish or like, yiggins always gotta mess something up. But nobody actually put it into being something.
Exactly.
And when I seen that, I was like, that's dope.
I think that episode, I like that episode a lot because that episode was made specifically for black people.
Yes, sir.
That there's no other way to put it because I was like, man, this episode right here is a little too real.
Yep, and it was so factual
like
that
when that dude told him,
other people actually took it for what it is, they could learn something.
Yep, because when he bumped into the white dude on the street, watch where you going. He looked at him, he's like, who are you? He's like, wait a minute, I'm white. And he starts walking out.
Exactly. It's just like,
come back here and argue. This is a perfectly good moment to throw your life away.
Yep.
And I was like, yo, wait a minute.
Look, T dropping gems. I said it, man. They were dropping gems in that show. Picking, it's literally, that was, for me, that episode was more so about picking and choosing your battles. Hard fact. Pick and choose your battles.
Because, like you said, it's just funny, but Black Dynamite is just, in its purest form, black people being black people.
Oh, yeah.
That's really what it is, and that's why I like it so much.
Shut your ass up when grown folks talking. And it's so crazy. He saying so much. Other people is like, now what I say? We know. Shut our ass up while grown folks talking.
They had a lot of nods to the movie too, because I can't remember what the line was in the movie. I think he did something. He threw something or he shot something. Like, I shot that from across the room. And then in the cartoon, he is on the moon or something. He threw a rock because he was mad. And it hit this dude, whoever the villain was for that episode, it hit him on its way down to Earth.
Yeah.
And Dynamite comes down, I threw that rock from the moon.
Man, I want to watch Black Dynamite again.
Yeah, I watched that whole
I gotta
series.
watch the anime.
I have it on DVD.
The anime?
Yeah, the Black Dynamite anime. Yeah, I have it.
Okay.
So it's just like shows like that are so rare too.
Yes.
That I have to indulge in them as soon as they drop, because
Seriously.
there's nothing else like it on TV.
And they're rarely good as well. There's a couple shows that are like that, but they're just so poorly executed. It's like nobody ever hear about them.
Saxton, we had that same. Oh, go ahead, Trey, because I was just going to say that.
We had this talk 2 weeks ago at the last Animanga Kickback. I would consider Black Dynamite and Boondocks in its own genre.
I agree. If you had to choose one, though, what would it be? But I totally agree with that, Nella.
Blaname.
Blaname.
But no, what I would call it, it would just, I would say urban animation.
I like
probably
that.
what I would call it.
I like that. They definitely would consider it that.
Yeah.
So we can roll. We've given our whole points on. It's consensus is all around. We love the Boondocks. We love Black Dynamite. They're for the culture, by the culture. We approve. So the question that Hero asked, have any of us experienced the Walking Dead syndrome with anime or manga? Walking Dead syndrome is where something takes so long to update or come out it hurts its popularity or quality.
Attack on Titan.
So, yeah.
Attack on Titan is the one anime I can think of immediately. For example, I watch it, but I'm not nearly as pumped for it as I used to be. Hunter x Hunter, I will always be pumped for. I
would see those two. I was actually gonna throw out there Hunter x Hunter and Attack on Titan. Also, for me, I want to throw Boruto out there. Now, the only reason why I'm throwing Boruto out there is because its manga serialization is a month. It's like 1 month at a time. They're kind of starting to pick it up and try to do the weekly shonen, but it's being written by a different mangaka rather than the original who did Naruto. So for me, I feel like Boruto, it's good though. They give you plenty, so they give you like almost 2 full chapters in one release because it's like 40 pages. But I just feel like if it was more like that's what had Naruto so hyped, because everybody, you could always depend on Naruto being there for the when the next 2 week or the next week is for your release, rather than waiting for like a whole month for something to pop off. Hunter x Hunter though, Roll Tide Girl, man, Hunter x Hunter takes forever to come out. Like, I'm shocked even when I found a chapter update. I'm like, oh dang, it updated. But whoever is drawing it or however they're illustrating it, I cannot stand the art style now. It is terrible. It looks like they just took the sketches, like somebody got a hold of the secret copy of the sketches and whatever the narration for it was and threw it together. No, seriously, it doesn't look like any polished drawing art style. It looks really terrible compared to its previous run when it was being illustrated. Also, Dragon Ball Super. I'm gonna say that one kills me too, because we had that talk last time about how the studios and the actual manga and the anime differ. Well, I love how the manga's played out right now in Super. Like, it's giving me everything I wished I would have saw in the anime. Like, story wise, plot wise, like, it's on a whole new level. It's big fella's different. It's different in a good way, but it takes so long for it to come out.
The manga or
the manga. The anime is on break until whenever they decide to come back. Well, after this movie, I'm assuming they'll probably do something. Hopefully. But yeah, y'all go ahead. I had my 2-piece. What would you say? Have you ever had that Walking Dead syndrome on something? Yeah, go Trey.
I say just exactly what Nella said with Attack on Titan. But seeing as that I watch so much stuff anyways, and I just recently started keeping up with like interviews and like following when stuff comes out or what plans and all that. I just always assume like it'll be the last season and I'll catch it if it does come back. That's tight. oh, they need to bring this back and all that. But Attack on Titan was the first time that I really was just like, man, where is this at, man? And then when it came back, I'm like, oh, okay, whatever.
Okay.
Like, I don't even, but I know what you mean because I have that in video games, but I've never really experienced it in anime as much.
Ooh, yeah, man, that's definitely a good one, bro. Like when it comes down to the video games doing it, but we'll touch that if we got time. We'll touch that one later because I do feel like that's also something you can experience when it comes to video game genres.
Yeah.
Wolfman.
Nella.
So Attack on Titan. Hunter x Hunter is a bit different for me just because since that's one of my favorite anime of all time, I'm gonna always be pumped for it. Let me think of something else that took a long time. So I lost height. Let's see. No Game, No Life.
Oh, don't get me started on that, man. I want No Game to come back so bad.
Yeah,
like
No
I used
Game,
to,
No Life.
I used to shit on No Game No Life until I sat down and watched it, and I loved it.
Yeah, like No Game, No Life had me so ready, and the way they ended it, it was like, okay, we got something.
You couldn't
else
help
coming.
but assume something was coming.
Yeah, and then nothing ever came, and I just I forgot about it. That's why it took me so long to think about it now. I completely forgot about it. But there was another one in my head, and I forgot that fast. But yeah, No Game,
what
No
genre
Life.
did it fall under? I was gonna ask, like, what genre did it fall under? Like,
I don't remember. Like, I lost my train of thought that fast, as I was still talking about No Game, No Life. But yeah, that's definitely one that's taken a super long time to do anything, and I'm just like, those are prime examples, but I think that happens just because people are willing to wait. Like with most shows, most people have been groomed to wait up to a year before they get something new. So usually making people wait longer than that, especially if they're just interested in the show and not a hardcore fan or they haven't read any source material, they're just a fan of the anime, it really hurts. It hurts it a lot. Just because it disappears from your mind. There's constantly so much anime and so many TV shows coming out all the time.
Right.
Like it's just, you're gonna get buried. And One Punch Man was on the verge. They just announced their next season coming next year in April.
2020. I thought it was 2020, wasn't it?
It's 2019.
Okay.
They released a little teaser trailer and everything, but having people wait that long, especially for something that was as popular and groundbreaking as One Punch Man, like, that's not a good move. And it was all just debates with animation companies. So that's
and that's where a lot of stuff falls by the wayside too, man. Like these, we don't know the inner workings and the goings on between the mangaka, the illustrators, and the studios. But man, some of these studios, I would feel exactly how any creator would feel if you take your time, put your heart and energy into something, and then you give it over to someone, or you. So they say they give you as much creative freedom as you want to it, but then they adjust your creation. Like, and then you just don't want to be bothered with it. But then, I'm assuming, kind of like how Hollywood does. Like, if you get a bad rep with one person, you kind of get blacklisted, or, nobody wants to fool with you and stuff like that. So, I mean, like, I've seen a lot of good shows just don't continue, or they get the one run for, and then also it also just comes down to views too. It can't be that all the time, but just how they get views, or how it did during this serial run. Just they don't get another season picked up. They keep continuing to draw it. The manga's doing great. Just it won't ever come back to being illustrated animation on screen. Like I've seen plenty of those. I'm just like, man, I really wish I could see my favorite fight scenes get animated, but you know what? I just have to keep to imagining it in my head. So yeah, so I definitely understand exactly. Like, Roll Tide early in the chat with Bleach, bro. Bleach left off on the biggest cliffhanger in life, But apparently, now I'm not too sure how much of this is very factual. Dead Hero also with the Dead Man Wonderland, yes sir. Bleach is supposed to be continuing at some point. Now, when I say continuing, just bringing the anime back to finish off the story. Now, as far as if anybody who's read the manga knows that there was a time skip and a whole bunch of other stuff that happened that took place. There may be, I think, a one shot or some small amount of chapters made that continue with like Ichigo's child along with Ruki's child, like the next generation. But Kubo's, he did another one shot on this completely different. I recommend it for anybody who hasn't read it. I'm gonna get the name pulled up here in a second when I can think of it, but it's Tate Kubo's newest work. It was a one shot. I think it's supposed to be set in the same world as Bleach, but it more so revolves around witches and magic, and they kind of hunt dragons or something like that. I was not disappointed by it when I read it, because I mean it felt refreshing to see the art style again, to get those characters who look reminiscent to certain people. You can already tell as far as their personalities go who's kind of
You're talking about Burn the Witch.
Yes, Burn the Witch. Thank you so much. It was a good one shot. Like if it continues or actually gets picked up and ran, like Eden Zero, when it was a one shot, I knew for a fact it was gonna keep going. So like I'm hoping Burn the Witch goes the same way of Eden Zero. Eden Zero is doing really good right now, and I'm actually gonna be doing on my YouTube channel some reviews on Eden Zero when I get some free time, just going over the chapters as it were, But yeah, those just those two, just dropping the ball on good stuff, dropping the ball, man.